Hello everyone, welcome to Prestige Castle Farm. So today I want to talk about an aspect that a lot of farmers have not really looked into, and that is the real estate aspect of farming. You see, one of the goal of this channel is to support young people, the Gen Zs, the millennials, to look into the direction of farming, and that farming itself can be lucrative. It can be an avenue where a lot of people will be pulled out of poverty and get to do something with their life. Given that the white collar jobs are not there anymore. So instead of people to just sit at home doing nothing, they should consider farming. So let's talk about the real estate aspect of farming, and I will give an example using myself as a case study. So when we bought the land where my farm is, the land then, you could buy let's say two plots of land for you could get 2 plots of land for 3-4 million then. Now, and this was in 2021, so we're talking about 4 or 5 years ago. So a plot of land there you could get for 1.5 million. Maybe if you are lucky, you might even get 1 million. Between 1 to 2 million, you get a plot of land there. Now, if you want to get a plot of land where my farm is located, you are looking between 15 to 20 million. So, and I've seen this. So there is a farm that was sold close to my farm. There is a farm that was close in the same vicinity as my farm. The farm is located in, let's say, about 1,500 square meter, which is about 3 plots of land. Now that farm was sold they sold the farm at 75 million. Now, what the person who bought the farm was not buying the structure of the farm. The person who bought the farm was buying the value of the land in that farm, because they've already demolished everything, so everything is gone. Now, a plot of land in that place is going for around 15, 20 million thereabout. So we're looking at around 45, 50 million. That's the value of the land. And the person bought it for 75 million. That's the entire property. So why am I making this video? I am a very strong proponent of ownership in business. In anything you do, always, as long as you're dealing, whether it's you're starting a startup business, you doing a partnership, as long as it's business, always think of ownership. Always think of ownership. I think I was watching the movie on McDonald's. That McDonald's itself is not really about it's not really about the fast food. In fact, I think one of the projection is that if you're going to look at the fast food component of a lot of this fast food, you realize that really it's not as profitable as it seems. So, but McDonald's itself is actually a real estate enterprise. So the value of the land, and that's why they make sure they own the land. They own the land in which they own the land, they own the structure. And so let's say, for example, a McDonald's building, for example, a structure that was set up maybe 10, 15 years ago, if they want to sell that land or that property at the moment, the land itself, the value of the land itself, is going to be maybe 10 times more than the purchase it, whereas maybe the business itself might actually even be on loss the past 10 years. So why am I saying this? When you want to set up a farm, and you want to make sure you think of ownership. Even if you start with leasing of the land or leasing of the farm, always look forward to owning the land, owning the property itself. And that is why I said, okay, so some people, so that's why I look at, okay, where are you setting up your land in? Where are you setting up your farm in? I'm currently based in Oyo, and I can tell you for a fact that any land you buy in Oyo, listen, is just gold. Why? Because Uyo has very good infrastructure, good roads. The quality of life is good. Uyo is calm, is peaceful. There are certain areas in Uyo that have good power supply. The state is peaceful, there's security, right? So those proponents points to a projection that a lot of young people are looking into coming into Uyo, especially those in the IT, industry, the young family that just want a calm city to set up, to start up a family in a calm, quiet, lovely city. Unlike, the buzzy cities of like Lagos, Port Harcourt, they want to. A lot of young people are coming into Uyo, setting up families, setting up, working remotely. And actually the remote job is, I've seen a lot of young people who are in the IT, they really love Uyo, So I have seen the real estate in Uyo, land in Uyo, is appreciating in value at a really, really ridiculous way. So it's promising in real estate. So when you, as a farmer, the essence of this video is to say, is to encourage young farmers to think of ownership, basically think of owning the structure, and be intentional about where you set up your farm. And let it be a place where you see that development is moving towards. Because the reason is because your real estate, your farm may not do well. Your farm may not do well. But let the value of the land appreciate. Such that if at any point in time, maybe after some few years, you decide, okay, listen, you want to sell off the property itself, that the value of the land itself would give you a very good evaluation, right? It give you a very good valuation, it gives you a very good valuation because of the value of the land. Let's say, for example, where my farm is currently, a plot of land goes between 15 to 25 million. But this was the place where the land was going for 1 to 2 million for a plot of land. And that is because, development have come in. And, as development come in, even if you are offered to, because, usually when development comes to the place, sometimes you may get to a point where they might ask you, okay, you know what, you may be given an offer to sell off your farm. And because probably is now a residential area, even as at then, you are living with a good valuation, you are living with a good offer, because now they want to buy you out of the place. So look into the real estate aspect of farming. Even if, I always tell people that even if you do not have, maybe you do not have the money to set up your farm, but you have the money to buy the land. Buy the land first. Buy the land first. Because you may be surprised that you may sell off that land in 1-2 years and have enough money to go to another location and buy land and build your farm and build a farm. So if you have the money to buy a land, but you have to look at the location, right? You have to look at the location, look at the area. So I prefer, the way I look at farming, I see farming as, of course, a long-term business that I want to do. But at the same time, I've seen someone who bought land. He bought land that he wants to use and plant. He wants to plant what do you call it, palm tree and cocoa. He wants to plant palm tree and cocoa, right? But he doesn't have the money yet to establish it, but he has already gotten the land, and he's for some reason he just didn't start. When he decides wants to plant wants to do the farming, the value of the land alone, development have come and meet him there. I've seen, even beyond me, there's a police, I think it was one of the former police officer that is in very high rank, that bought about 2 or 3 hectares of land very close to mine, and it was a lady. She was buying it in pieces, just a few, and then she was using it to plant tomato and everything. I can tell you at the moment, if that woman wants to sell that land, I'm sure very well that when she bought that land, I think about 5-6 years ago, she bought it really, really, really very cheap, because then land will be going for around 500, between 200,000 to 1 million then. And because it's very close to when I bought mine, not too far from where I bought mine. She had about 2 points. She was just buying it pieces, I can tell you, if that woman wants to sell that land, she's going to sell that land in billions. It's billions. That's what she's going to sell that land, because it's land currently, and she was even very lucky because the land itself is very close to a very big real estate that is currently, taking place. That is currently they want to establish in Akwa Ibom State. So even if you do not have the money to start, farming, get the land, let it start appreciating in value, because if you look, let me give you an example. If you look in Nigeria, for example, you will see that one investment that tends to compete, or if not outperform inflation, is land. It's land. That's one investment that if you buy, and you buy, don't just go and buy one. There's some property, there's some land you can buy that really, really will not even appreciate in value, or will take years before it appreciates in value. But if you do your research very well, buy land that is you could see the projection that okay, there's development that would likely come in there in the next 4-5 years. Buy the land and start doing your farming there. So even if your farming do not succeed, and that's the essence of this video, even if your family do not succeed, at least you can still have a value in your land. I hope this video is of benefit to you. Please do well to like and subscribe. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.